As an ex-addict and an addict, it is my job that my children do not suffer what I went through. As a father, it is my job to take any loss for them before it happens to them. And also, as a father, it is my responsibility to teach them a different pattern in life and use my mistakes as lessons rather than morals. As a father, it is my job to sacrifice my life for them if it ever came to it. I'm taking those words into perspective and applying it to my life because I do not want this to happen to my boys. I don't want this to happen to my boys. I don't want bad things to happen to them. It already happened to me. I'm already a lost cause. So, you know, the least I can do with what I have is teach them what not to do and basically use my soul as what you can end up as if you continue to make the bad choices that you continue to make. If children have no guidance in what they need to do, they're never going to succeed. And my problem as a child was I had no guidance. The only ones that were there for me were the people in the streets, and it's not their fault. The people in the streets have nothing to do with my mistakes. That is, they have their own thing going, and I had mine. But when family separates, you know, when mothers and fathers separate from their child for long periods of time, the child stays basically solidated, isolated, and alone. And they look for some type of acceptance from other people. Um, and that was my problem because my problem was never financial struggles. I always had money. I always had anything I wanted. I traveled the world. I did it all. And typically, it's not my mother's fault. Um, it's not my mother's fault. She had me at 17 years old. My mom had me at 17 years old. And like I'm reading in the Narcotics Anonymous sobriety books that typically when you're coming off of a long period of using drugs and being under the influence, because that was my problem, I spent most of my life under the influence without sanity in here. I wasn't conscious of what I was doing. I possibly was even drugged at one point. But I didn't know because all I wanted to do was seek validation. I wanted to seek validation from the outer world because this home was beautiful and it was empty a lot. And I can't change the past because I'm not there anymore. But I can always try to at least try to become a better person. And this has been ongoing with my addiction because even though I'm 4 years clean off alcohol, just the memories from my past of addiction really affect me in a post-traumatic way. And if you do Google what post-traumatic stress disorder is, it's typically all the bullshit that you went through as a addict, and not just addiction problems, but many other people suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. Um, and post-traumatic stress disorder really roots down to a dark memory at the end of the day that you try to get rid of. And it could be a lifelong process. But like I said, my job right now, I'm going to read it one more time. As an addict, ex-addict, it is my job that my children do not suffer what I went through. As a father, it is my job to take any loss for them before it happens to them. And as a father, it is my responsibility to teach them a different pattern in life and use my mistakes as lessons rather than morals. As a father, it is my job to sacrifice my life, if it ever came down to it, for them if it ever came to that situation. I would jump in front of a terrorist for them if it ever came down to it. I don't care if you're 100 feet tall. I don't care if you're 3 feet tall. You fuck with my kid, I will die for him. Like, comment, or share. Sorry if that sounds brutal, but I needed to express that. Like, comment, or share. Have a good day.